and we breaking the mold. Breaking out and we breaking the codes. Similar to the jack who stole to the depths in your wet, so you take explosive, get it out. No time to rest. Just do your best. What you hear is not a test. We're only here to make you. We're only here to make you. We're only here to make you. We're only here to make you go.
Are you crying?
No.
Welcome to the Friday nights. I'm Jason Sember. Craig, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. Yeah, when you were playing that Star Trek clip, I'm like, what's Clint Howard? When Clint Howard was the kid on Star Trek, and he was like this ancient alien, and they come over and he gives them the drink. I'm like, what's the name of that drink? And I thought it was Trogna, but it was actually Tranya. A younger me would have known what that was. So kids, go Google Clint Howard Star Trek. You won't be disappointed. Speaking of not being disappointed, it was a good week at the LCS. Latest Battle Beast came out, continues to not disappoint. This right here is a facsimile reprint of what I think is likely the most beautifully illustrated page for page comic book ever released by Marvel Comics. This was John Buscema and Stan Lee were doing the Silver Surfer. These were double-sized issues, and John Buscema was always a champ, but something was unleashed when he was drawing this. And at first, Stan Lee was notoriously and famously kind of taken aback by some of the stuff that Buscema was doing in this comic. But go check this out. If you've never seen this, go check this out. This is one of the single greatest comic books ever published. They did a facsimile edition that hit the stands this week. Continuing to read Redcoat. I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to stick with this because there's nothing else. There's nothing else of this caliber being published right now. It's not a Kate book. It's set in days of yore. The storytelling by Jeff Johns is way too decompressed. They need to speed it up a bit, but I'm going to stick with it because of the caliber of the craftsmanship and the long-term potential of the book. So go check out Redcoat. I think the first I think 12 issues were just recently released as a hardcover. There's some good stories in there. They need to stick to 1 or 2 issue story arcs. Stop with the 3 or 4 issue story arcs. It's killing me.
Can you stretch the whole like Revolutionary War period out for? Like for like 40, 50 years, maybe?
Funny you should ask. Funny you should ask, Craig. What happens is he became an immortal during the Revolutionary War, but there's stories that happened in the 1830s during the Civil War, turn of the century, 1913. And so he's hanging out with Albert Einstein. He's hanging out with Johnny Appleseed. There's a tremendous amount of potential here. They just need to speed up the storytelling because he's doing a Brian Michael Bendis, and I don't like it.
Right. Gotcha.
That's one man. That's this reporter's opinion. New issue of Concrete came out. It was in the early 90s. All my friends were abuzz about this Paul Chadwick guy, this Concrete series. This is a new series that they released. The artwork is beautiful. And I'm looking forward to reading this. I'm likely going to continue to read it. I recommend it. And then Craig, guys, would hit my doorstep today.
Oh, it's mine.
Yeah, nice.
And I pulled this out of the long box. Now, this right here, I did not reread this in honor of our guest tonight because, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, it's a hefty tome.
Yeah, I did.
But when issue 2 comes out, I'm probably going to carve out time, reread this one, and then read issue 2. So JD and Levi are here tonight. We're going to be looking at Galaxy Memorial Park Volume 2. But this is a great series, people. Looking forward to spotlighting that campaign later on in the show. Craig,
yes.
How was your week?
I had a really good week. So starting with Soltac, I finally chewed through my script.
Okay.
I learned as a writer, so I'm on issue 5 of my comic. I keep managing time for everybody else. So I learned as a leader through the military, when it comes to time management, a good leader takes the minimum amount of time for themselves and gives as much time to everybody else, right? A bad leader takes all the time for themselves and gives no time for everyone around them, right? So I had it in my head that once I had all the line art back, it would be like a week turnaround. I could just give the script to my editors. And you know what? When you actually sit down with those pages and those panels and you look at it and you say, look, this is how much room I have for bubbles. This is how much room I have for text. Am I happy with the sound effects? Am I happy with what I'm giving my editor? Giving myself a week for that is not it's nowhere near home. So I ended up needing a month and a bit, but long story short, my script is now with the editors. So now I get to nag them for when they're going to give it back to me. So I got that done this week. A lot of stuff done around the house. A few things I wanted to show off here because my mail has been humming. I haven't had a chance to crack it yet, but I got that from Vinny. That's when I backed when he came on our show. I saw the books he was offering, and I was like, I know he came on for City of Venus too, but obviously I want to read this. So I was like, okay, I'm grabbing that. And that's what I ended up grabbing. Hey, back whatever you can, right? Whatever you want. That's a big thing. Look what finally came.
Hey.
Oh, look, I never thought this day would come. Look at this.
Whoa. Nice.
Whoa.
Yeah, and this thing is great. It's his layouts for like going back to, oh man.
Yeah, I like the energy of I like the energy in breakdowns and layouts. There's a certain energy there.
Yeah, and then like he'll do his whole planning. Like that's crazy.
Nice.
But I'm not going to flip too many of these beautiful pages. But I went through it. I really enjoyed it. And then just to show how glad I am that Kelsey's back, I'm glad he's creating again. And hopefully we'll get Kelsey on as a guest. I pulled that out of my cash grab. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? And that Star Wars girl poster, the freebie with the cash grab. And then I know you got this one too, Jason. I know you got.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and there's another Nexus book he just finished with Mike that'll be crowdfunding later this year. Nexus Triplets, and that's a story they started earlier. I'm glad they're going to finish it. Looking forward to that.
I always worry though when creators they don't have a campaign fulfilled, that like they go off into the sunset and then that's it. They never do anything again because they're like shunned. So it's great to see him come back, like Kelsey. And I know he's working on what did you see what he's working on now? His new announced project. But I want to see if we can't get him on the show. And then one thing I wanted to say, I don't know, did you have this happen to you as well, Jason? I can't believe you guys
there was some sort of misprint.
Just the cover.
Yeah.
But the interior pages are fine though, right? There's nothing wrong with the interior pages.
Yeah, we'll have to get the inside scoop on that. In my head canon is that it's a parallel, it's a multiverse thing. That's my head canon, but we'll find out what really happened.
That beautiful layout and that.
That's all Levi.
That's a beautiful page, and I'm just going to show off one more. I'm not going to spoil too much of your book on you. Another one that really caught my eye. Again, same thing. I love how dynamic and deep that goes. Like, that's great. Beautiful layout. Very sequential pages. So yeah, same thing. I did read it again. Maybe I don't know. We got to get through everyone in the panel that shows all their stuff, but just refreshing me quickly with Memorial Park. So both the good guys and the bad guys are in this park, right?
Well.
Yes and
Levi,
no.
Yeah.
Yes and no. There's a section of the park called the Redeemables.
Mm-hmm.
Because in every big battle, there's Magneto will help the X-Men out, or Doctor Doom will help out, something along that line. So we figured that there would definitely be a section of the park where somebody has redeemed themselves at the last minute.
Nice. Nice.
Which we're saving the story for a Halloween issue.
Nice.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm always trying to figure out who the big bad is, or if there's a secret big bad, lurking. That's why I asked.
You'll see more of the big bad coming up in volume 2.
Very cool.
Nice. It's awesome. We're talking cosmic big bads here.
Oh yeah, I see the story building like that.
Yes. Yep.
So. But Michael, don't want to. I know we do this to you every week. It's your time.
Okay.
How was your week?
My week was pretty good, I have to say. Yeah. I need to ask you, Craig, do you have your margarita tonight?
I do, yes. I'm trying not to spill it.
Nice. I was thinking how it's so cool that you've continued up with the margaritas every week. I feel like Cutwater Margarita is the unofficial sponsor of the Friday nights.
Is that what you're drinking? Cutwater? Is that same one?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah,
nice.
Yeah, man.
Look at
that.
Yeah. See,
so
that border, that artificial border, you just have to make that go away, and then it solves a lot of everyone's problems.
Yeah. So I didn't get a chance to read too much because I was busy, but I did because and as far as indie comics go, I am buried under heaps and heaps of them. But since I heard Levi was going to be on the show, I was like, you know what? Let me start Galaxy Memorial Park Volume 1.
Nice.
So far, I've only read a little bit into it, but the art, I love it. All the detail. I was surprised it was black and white, but then that just... What's cool about when it's just black and white line art and inks and stuff is something about the detail stands out more. If that makes sense.
Yep.
I don't know, but I love it. The writing is great. I love that it starts with the grandfather bringing his grandchildren through the park, and like it's such a great way exposition function.
Right.
Expository.
I love that. It's one of the more fun expository things that I've read in a while. So kudos to you, sir.
Thank you.
And by the way, so I backed this whenever that was and received it a while ago, and review. But then I received in the mail not too long another one. But I don't think I backed it twice, so I will gladly send this back
So JD
No.
and Levi, we're not trolling you.
No,
Could you
it's just
kind of
a cover.
explain?
It's just a cover.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will gladly explain it.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
the printing service sends out a digital PDF copy for you to say yes, this is this is the final thing to print.
Yep.
And we signed off on it.
Yeah, I caught that.
And then this whole margin on that side.
And they printed the book. And
That's
because
it, inside cover. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
And then it looked like that.
Yeah.
and because at the printing company they opened up the file, they looked at it and they said, well, this is wrong. And they opened the file again, and the file showed it exactly as it was. So we had signed off on it exactly like that,
Mhm.
which wasn't true, because the file got corrupted at the printers.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
out of the group, I was the only one of us that downloaded the PDF and had the original download file. So I was able to show the printing service, hey, here's the original file that we signed off on, and it is correct. So that's how they traced it back to. It was a corrupted file on their end.
Yeah.
So they
So
fixed
they had
the
to
problem.
eat that.
Yes.
Yeah, thank
Yes.
God they did. It's
Yeah.
crushing as a creator. Like, so my first Soltac book, hold on, where is it? Do I got copies of it here? I don't have the trade in front of me, but I don't know if either you have it. First they were being credited as the best binding company in the United States. And I knew as soon as somebody builds
They
a
all say
company
that.
up like that, you're just waiting for disaster to strike. Anyways, their excuse was they let a novice employee, because I was such a small print run, try
Rookie
out
night.
my books, and then 1 out of every 8
Oh,
has a
nice.
binding issue. But they didn't. They said I was on my own. They said, "Come, you can try to get the money out of us if you want." So I've still got 70 of them left. But I'm more often than not just try to give them away for free, because it's like playing Russian roulette. 1 out of every 8 falls apart.
Right.
So we all
Jeez.
yeah. But
Yeah. How do you like being how do you like your book being the guinea pig for this
Right.
new
right.
guy?
Oh yeah, that excuse.
Nice.
Oh, okay, because I'm such a small print run, you just kicked me fucking under the door, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It sending out the second book did cost us a little bit of money, because the fulfillment service, he ate the cost of shipping, and we split that with him.
Okay.
So the printer ate the cost of the second run. Our fulfillment service ate half the cost of reshipping again, and then we ate the other half.
Was it Critical Blast?
Yeah.
It sure
Yep.
was, yeah.
So shout out to RJ. He's a pro. So that's
There's no
nice.
He
of him
is.
to-
He's great.
RJ does this because he loves supporting indie comics. He doesn't do this to
Mhm.
make money. He wouldn't. It's the same thing I say when I'm making Soul Talk. It's like, do you guys realize every campaign I'm not making money? I'm doing it because I love creating my book. I'm just hoping to recover a chunk of it, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, time out. Craig does this all the time. His long game is the Soul Tag NFT. He's
That's right.
buttering you up, and then he's going to get you to buy his NFT, and then he's gonna be off to the Caribbean.
Yeah.
I just need one person to buy it for $1 million, and I'm upset. That's all.
Right.
Just one. What do you want to do? Should we baseline or do the chat? Did you do the chat
Should we ask these guys how their week was,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes.
and then do the chat, and then baseline. I did baseline before the show started,
Okay.
so we have that in the historical record.
Perfect.
But we could
All right,
we could do a baseline with the 30-second elevator pitch. But yeah, so JD, how was your week?
My week was fairly interesting. I wound up. How do I not get into too much detail here? Let's just say I spent the last 3 days going around little tiny hot dusty eastern Washington towns trying to sell ad space for not a small town newspaper, a tabloid insert for a small town newspaper. It was the Whitman County Visitor's Guide. So I was running around to RV parks and hotels and little tiny businesses in places like Colfax and Pullman and St. John's and Palouse, and hitting up business owners at do you mind if I show you this? I'm from the Whitman County Gazette. So being out there on the road with like the sun beating down on me, and you know, Eastern Washington sun. That's why I look like a beet with a beard on right now.
Right.
So that was my week.
So as I admire anybody who's a rainmaker, who's out there pounding the pavement, making it happen. How do you feel? Do you feel like you won? What was your batting average? How did you do?
Well, it was a situation where I had started out selling ads, and I started selling ads right when the price of gas went in Washington State to $5.50. Right. So as soon as the economy takes a hit, the first thing that gets cut in any business's budget is advertising. Right. So I got about half the amount that I wanted. So going out there, I think I got about like 3 immediate yeses, and I've got a bunch more just kind of like spinning out in the ether. This person's got to talk to that person who's got to talk to corporate. So we'll see how that comes out. One thing that did amaze me is that it's like, it's training me to walk up to people. Like Levi and I both did this. There's a comic book convention in Spokane, and both of us were basically going up to people with these little postcards with the QR code on it, and then just going, "Hey, Galaxy Memorial Park," giving them the elevator speech, elevator speech, and then handing them that. Yeah. It's basically like it's like wax on, wax off in Karate Kid. I'm training myself on how to pitch the book.
Right.
Now, were you able to go look at your campaign and see who had actually visited your site based on using the QR code? Like, could you actually go back and tell who visited based on?
No, actually the QR was done before the campaign started. So it's just sending people to our website, galaxymemorialpark.com. And then right on the front page, you can either scan to get it's an online global comics version of this ash can, which is the first 17 pages, or right next to it is the link to FundMyComic, our crowdfunding campaign. So it's like right there in your face.
Yeah, you guys are also like diehard FundMyComic supporters, right? Like
It was a conscious choice not to do Kickstarter or Indiegogo. We just wanted to get Luke Stone. We wanted to get his company as big as possible. So yeah.
So here's some fun things. I don't want to stir controversy for people to realize, but if people could understand going back to 2022 without mentioning names, because I don't want to get into all this fucking nonsense, there was a creator out there who got themselves access to the Indiegogo basically call line. And what they were doing is they would see campaigns of people they didn't like or they didn't approve of, and they would find either a gas canister or someone getting stabbed, and they would call Indiegogo and say, "Look, this is against your TOS." And Indiegogo, that's what created the shadow banning of campaigns. And they were basically taking the visibility off the Indiegogo platform on creators. So much like Kickstarter told certain people, "You're not welcome here," and that was like, "Oh, well, if you're going to say we're not welcome, then my money's not going to you." It was the same with Indiegogo. Well, if you're just going to be a link somewhere and you're not going to do anything for me to get traffic from random people on your site, we need something that's protected where people can't cancel us. And that's why Luke created FundMyComic. Now, here's a fun fact about these 2 alternate sites, and I'm not going to get into the bullshit and the drama, but the reason why those sites are now there is because Luke Stone said, and this is the exact FundMyComic, a creator is allowed to have 1 campaign at a time. And if that campaign doesn't fulfill, you can't put a second campaign on FundMyComic. If you're a publisher, you can have 3 different creative teams. And people have tried to backdoor him. People have said, "Hey, can I have multiples?" And he has stood firm. No, in order to protect the backers, as a creator, you can only have 1 active campaign on my site at a time. And that is literally why those alternates are being made. So if people want to say, "Holy shit, that shot's fired," that's literally why they're in the predicament they are today. And that's why I love FundMyComic, because it's about integrity, loyalty to the backers, and holding people accountable. So I
Yes.
just wanted to throw that out there, but sorry.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Levi, how was
Craig
your
for
week?
president.
There you go.
Levi, how was your week?
Good. I pulled out 2 different things because it's dealing with Galaxy Memorial Park.
Oh, yeah.
Common Grounds issue 4 and Astro City Dark Ages.
Oh, nice,
Oh,
nice.
Mm.
I have a fondness for Astro City Dark Ages because it's like 3/4 of the way through it. You realize the two brothers are you realize what's happening to the two brothers, and
Right.
there's a point at which you're like, they're getting all these gadgets. They're getting into the. I love that series. So that's
Yeah.
great to see.
Mhm.
Craig, who's in
Yes.
the chat tonight?
Yeah, let's get the chat before this thing becomes like a next hour for me to go through this whole thing. So first and foremost is Vulcan. I hope he enjoys being in our back room for the show. I was glad I added him. We got to talk about adding a potential another person in that back room who I talked to a lot about. We'll do that offline and see if there's an interest. Here's Levi's handle here. It says hail to the hat, hail to the chat. Please head on over there. Please click that. Please subscribe and then come right back. Don't get distracted by cat videos.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's only been 33 minutes. Craig is already slurring and mixing up his words. This should be interesting.
Oh, am I? Oh, wow.
You said welcome to the hat.
Here's Citizen Roman saying, "Sup, everyone." And I read a couple of these comments
Hey.
as well. Carolyn Brown loves Eric Brown. Says hello.
They're divorced now, by the way.
She's
Oh,
stuck with
that's
that
awesome.
handle, huh?
Okay. All right.
There's a finite dating pool, but maybe she can find another Eric Brown, and then she won't have to change her handle.
Maybe it's a handle where she realized, oh my gosh, obviously I have not been on YouTube in a few years. Right?
It's all right,
That's
Carolyn.
awesome.
We forgive you.
That's awesome. Oh man, I'm gonna.
Heidi. Woo.
Yeah, Heidi.
Hey, baby.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us for our crazy Friday antics every Friday. Larry Privet says, "What's up?"
What's up?
My father-in-law from North Carolina. He's in Virginia Beach.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, cool.
Maybe subscribe for this channel just for if you're on my YouTube. Club. Happy Friday to you as well. I love the handle. That's great. SF Gaming obviously is here, and SF Gaming is like, yes, Levi moved up because he's been wanting to back your campaign. So he's another one. He holds off on the guests, makes the guests come here. I back 52 campaigns a year. I do this show 52 Fridays a year. I basically say, hey, come on my show, and then I'll back every week. It's like going to the bar for me every Friday. That's why I become such a drunken mess while I'm here. Let's see who else is joining. John Skeen as well.
That's my brother.
Welcome.
Nice.
Yep.
And then Austin's jumping in our chat. And Austin says, "What's up,
Austin.
everybody?" What's up to you as well, Austin? Looking forward to having Austin back again. And then, yes, Nexus, absolutely. Kelsey Shannon. So glad he's back. Kelsey is a fantastic artist and a great dude. He is. I'd be honored to have him as a guest. I'd ultimately love to have every creator in the space. Just you get a campaign, come on the show. You got a campaign, come on the show, and just get.
There's those three.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a handful that I want nothing to do with, and that's my choice. It's just like it's anyone's choice to say, you know what, I don't want anything to do with these people. Against Shank, that's it. Yeah.
I still think
back.
we book them for August and just let the chaos reign. Just have a chaotic month of August. Maybe the show will be destroyed. Who knows?
Like, I can't take my money with me. I'm not uber rich. I'm not like wealthy or something, but I'm comfortable. I don't need to work again, right? So it's up to me what's in my entertainment budget, and I choose to support independent creators. And when I don't like the behavior of those creators, I don't give them my money. That's just how
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
I love it.
You vote with your
feet and your money.
That's right.
Yeah, your money. I was going to say dollars, but is it Canadian dollars for you or?
Well, yeah, it's funny money
They're
for
like
me.
fake.
Okay,
fake
yeah.
dollars. Like,
Yeah,
to make them feel good, we call them dollars. but-
Everybody plays Monopoly, right? It's Monopoly
Yes.
money.
Belmont
joining us this happy Friday.
Ooh,
Yeah.
So Belmont.
Mr. Belmont.
Crenshaw's joining us as well.
Crenshaw.
Hey, FAO.
You guys were on a show this past weekend.
Yes.
Yes, we were.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was a
Here is-
great show. It was incredibly fun.
Yeah, content. Yeah, I catch
Content.
every now and then. I don't jump in the chat enough. I'm guilty of this. I'm like a fly on the wall. I've always been a fly on the wall. Even this indie scene, like I started paying attention around 2018. I didn't actually participate in the chat till 2020. So for two years, I lurked without even saying hello in the chat. That's on me though.
Little did they know what was in store for them when Craig finally entered the chat.
Right. Again, Jared's joining us. Haven't seen him in ages. So.
He's a busy guy.
Yeah. And then John's saying he treasures that misprint though. So there you go.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad I got both.
Yeah, I'm
Now that I
gonna
know.
give the second one to somebody. Hey, read this.
We'll be talking about that misprint like toward when our section comes up. So it's
Okay.
pretty cool.
Scribe's jumping in here as well. Says
Hey,
hello,
Scribe.
folks. Scribe's looking forward to having on as
Hello.
a guest in the very near future. And without spending the whole evening on the
Dude,
show.
I really thought I backed it twice. There's a guy in the space, Patrick Quinlan. I backed his book 4 times.
Whoa.
The same book. 4 times I backed it.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't drink and crowdfund. It can really.
You gotta have fun though, Jason. You know this.
Right.
There's too many people in this space who don't know how to have fun. We're supposed to be having fun. That's why
Yes.
we're all here.
That's right. That's right.
Let's do our baseline. Let's do it.
Yes. So JD, Levi, we believe in a thing called stolen valor, and what I mean by that,
Only here,
is
only
that-
crowdfunding, not military stolen valor, Jason.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta be clear about that. So anybody who backs during the continuous live streaming of this show, we take credit for it. So at the top of the show, we do a thing called baseline. So we're going to baseline. You have 5 backers. That means between now and when we roll credits, we're taking credit for anybody who backs your campaign. So we're going to look at your campaign in earnest in a bit. But could you give people watching here just a 30-second elevator pitch about Galaxy Memorial Park? And then we'll look at it in depth later, but take it away.
We had 34 watching, by the way. So
Galaxy Memorial Park is Arlington Cemetery for superheroes, inspired by the comic books like Common Grounds and Astro City.
Nice.
very nice. All right, so we're at 5. We're gonna hit 8. We're definitely gonna. Where you think we're gonna hit 10? What do you think? We get double
Wait, there was
digits?
that time those people came on and they lost backers because they were on our show. That could happen.
Do I get to
No,
8?
no, we don't
Eight.
want
How did it?
8's
How
the
do you
safe
lose
number.
backers?
People started. They saw that they were hanging out with us, and they started refunding.
Oh,
It was
okay.
ugly. It was ugly. It was ugly.
What is the
Those
record?
stinky people. That's what they said. Those stinky.
What's the record for backing?
It was
14. 14
14?
backers. Mary Boys
That's it.
did 14.
Whoa, Mary Boys is 14. Holy
It
cow!
Oh, yeah.
It was their launch night, and I wasn't on the show. Those two things contributed. to 14
Right.
backers.
The dog wasn't there.
My first show. It was my
Gotcha.
first one.
All right, Craig. Craig, what
Yeah,
was the first? What's the first of the 3 most important news topics that perhaps flew under the radar this week? Let's get people
Okay.
caught up to speed.
If anyone's wondering what makes our show special, we come to you every single Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 90 minutes, 3 topics with our guests. We basically do the news thing for you. We pull those best news stories that matter the most because, these are the stories that matter. And then you can just tune in every Friday at 10 p.m. and you can see our craziness. So again, 34 watching. Thank you so much for joining us. So the first story comes to us from UPI. This was in California, Park. Where did it say it? Maybe you can help me out with this if you read it. Park something in California. They broke the amount of Marilyn Monroe impersonators in one location. 1,037 people dressed up like Marilyn Monroe. In this day and age, can you imagine?
JD,
Happy
what-
birthday, Mr. Happy birthday,
Now,
Mr.
only Men
President.
and women. Yeah, it's not just women. If you're thinking it's going to be all a bunch of women who look like Marilyn Monroe, not so.
It is June.
JD, what's the possibility of the Marilyn
Austin would
Monroe?
have done it for sure. Why not?
Mhm.
What's the in an infinite universe? What's
Yeah.
the possibility of the Marilyn Monroe convention smashing into the Elvis impersonator convention? Could that happen?
Oh, that definitely could happen.
Yes.
We have like
And,
gangs in New York going at him, you know.
And so you would need the Martin and Lewis impersonators to kind of like hold them back. So that's what I would say would happen.
Levi, I'm a generous man. I'm a very generous man, but I think you have to agree with me that if you're going to say that it's a Marilyn Monroe lookalike convention or gathering, there ought to be a threshold where like you've got to be at least like a 7
Yes.
to get in. What do you think, Levi? Where do you draw the line?
Totally agree. Just looking at the picture right here, that one has some really big linebacker like shoulders on her. So yes, I totally agree. It's 7.5 at least.
Michael, you're a spring chicken. Do you even know who Marilyn Monroe was?
He's a Gen Xer like us.
The idea that I'm a spring chicken is all an illusion. It's the black hair and all that stuff. I am as old as everyone on this panel. But let me just say, I go in there and scoop up all the below scenes. I am totally down for weekends with 6s, 5s, but you know, yeah.
Make a good wingman.
So yes, I very much.
Yeah.
They always call me the wingman.
There you go.
You'll take all the grenades.
No,
That's right.
You have made yourself useful. Thank you.
Oh, on the other show, I was asking if he knew who James Dean was. So of course I know who Marilyn Monroe is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You set the chat on fire. Look, about Marilyn Monroe and so like hot cosplay. Vulcan saying Michael dyes his hair.
I do.
Of
course I do.
I'm an 8 with my shoulders.
All right, Craig.
Yes.
Given the time, I'm thinking let's move on to topic number 2 because I think we've got I think we did enough. We got some gags out of this one. I think we're ready for topic number 2. What's number 2 tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. And becoming a sloppy mess. Yeah. Okay. So, second story from UPI here. This one, I actually, this is what delayed me. Was this story kind of infuriated me a little bit?
Okay.
And it's actually in the outro. Man solves 2 Rubik's cubes while skydiving to break the world record. Remember when Rini was on and she said that she learned from her show how incredibly easy it was to beat Guinness records?
Yeah.
So this particular individual, okay, the record for the guy who did it with 1 cube, he did it with his own chute. Nobody assisting him, on his own back, solved the chute, pulled his own ripcord, and I've got the video for it. I also added a little Johnny Cash song to it, just because all you hear is air whistling past him. It's very boring sound. So, but anyways, so he did it by himself without any help. This guy comes along. He's got a second guy to hold his Rubik's cubes for him, and then he's strapped like a baby to Buddy's chest. This was his second. This was his second attempt because the first one he didn't experience what skydiving was before, so he freaked out and he couldn't do the cubes. And then his second skydiving ever. Dude handed him 2 Rubik's cubes, and then that's how he achieved the free fall with 2 Rubik's cubes and took the record. What do you think of that?
JD, I don't know about you, but these DUI tests are getting harder and harder. This is crazy.
I like Tiger Woods. This is not fair what you're doing to me. I agree.
Levi, if you're doing something tandem, it could be on a bicycle, it could be skydiving. Isn't that really just like a participation trophy? Really?
Totally. Yes. Totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's lame. It's like a little baby strapped like a little baby.
It's like, how bored are you? It's like literally your second time even doing this. You didn't even enjoy it the first time. You got to add something to it. And like you're saying, it's like I could be in the Guinness Book of World Records because I can hold my breath the longest here at my address.
Right.
Absolutely.
So
yeah,
a couple people on side. So hold on, I like a couple of these comments here. So for starters, Panel DC says, "What the hell have I stumbled onto?" This is the Friday nights. We do this every Friday at the same time. A couple other This is a fair comment from Austin saying, I don't know. I feel like that wouldn't be so hard if you know how to solve it normally. Exactly. My point. Exactly.
Yeah. Just how mixed up was it to start with, right?
And Vulcan, after hearing Craig's drunken slurs, I don't think this should count either. I agree.
I might be the only person on this panel impressed by this story.
Hello.
Because I'm such a wuss. I'm not like a badass veteran like Craig with all these crazy war stories, while he was like dodging bombs and crawling under shit in the Afghanistan war. I was like on my
praying
couch.
every day.
Yes. I was getting stoned playing Super Monkey Ball for GameCube while Craig was doing that. So there's no way I would skydive for starters. And then I have such a hard time with Rubik's Cube on my couch. How am I possibly going to do it in the air? You guys are selling this guy short, I think.
Wait till you see the outro video. I put the guy who actually did one by himself. And once you see him do it without another guy handing him Rubik's Cube strapped to a guy, you'll fully appreciate, holy fuck. He basically gave himself to solve it. I think he had an alarm, though, to just as a backup. But he's like, I'm not going to pull the ripcord until I solve it. I'm either going to hit the ground or I'm going to solve this thing. That's pretty hardcore.
Wow.
JD,
yeah,
you want to impress me by solving a Rubik's Cube. Tell me you're colorblind. I mean, that's I need to see.
Yes.
I need a little something extra, right?
Hey, so my job before I had strokes, I was screen printing T-shirts. Our graphic designer was colorblind.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Graphic designer for T-shirts, colorblind.
Wild.
Nice.
and he was a great designer.
Yep.
I love that you added before you had strokes. Don't tell me the graphic designer that was colorblind added to the strokes.
No.
I guess it would for me.
the job did for sure. Yeah.
So, guys, this is another, there's kind of a theme tonight, a lot of world records. So we decided to have our crack investigative team do a little bit of a deep dive into some current and potentially attainable world records. So let's bring up that investigative report. All right.
Oh, yes.
Here we go. So let's take a look. So the Billboard charts, the Dark Side of the Moon has been in the Billboard Top 200 for 1,000 weeks. Crazy. It's an amazing story. JD, are you a fan? Are you a fan of the Pink Floyd?
Not like a big fan, but I don't mind them.
How about you, Levi? You ever listen to Dark Side of the Moon on a rainy day?
Oh, yes.
What's your favorite cut off of Dark Side of the Moon?
Money.
Money. I'm a fan of Time. Michael, are you a fan of Dark Side of the Moon?
Yes, as I mentioned before, when I was getting stoned on my couch playing Super Monkey Ball, I also listened to Dark Side of the Moon. It's a prerequisite, I would say.
What's your favorite track?
Oh man, see when Levi said Money, I was like, yeah, well, that might be one. Then you said Time, and I'm like, well, that's a good one. So I'll go with both of those.
Nice. Craig, how about you?
So it's the same thing. Brick in the Walls, one of my was a big favorite album of mine in my teenage years, but also Dark Side of the Moon. I'll keep thinking how you remember, like, if you play at the same time as you play Wizard of Oz, it's like in sync with the movie. Even I was one of those guys. Okay, I'll try this out. I don't think it's really working, but okay. Yeah, I listened both albums back to back, flipping them in my cassette player endlessly for hours on there.
All right. Now let's look at the next slide. These are some albums that it might be a stretch, but we'll see if you guys think they might be able to top the Dark Side of the Moon. JD, are you a fan of the Beach Boys?
Yeah. Actually, they were just kind of like background noise. And then I started listening to them like in depth, like Good Vibrations. Again, you think it's this meaningless little pop thing, but then you're hearing the harmonies and it's like, oh my gosh, this is like from another dimension. It's yeah. So yes, I am.
Levi, which of these four albums do you think has potential to give Dark Side of the Moon a run for its money?
Oof. The Taste of Dick Black.
Michael,
Oh,
Michael,
boy.
which one's a contender? What do you think?
I was
Which one's got Billboard chart staying power?
I was trying to squint and see what that one is on the top right. What is that?
The one Planet of
It's
the
this
Apes one there.
It's a lady with the mannequin with the ventriloquist dummy.
Geraldine.
That's what I thought that was. So that's the one I'm going with. Yeah.
Geraldine and Ricky. Okay. All right.
Freeze talk
All right.
too.
I don't trust these are real, Jason. Crenshaw
Mm.
saying maybe I'll give it a listen. Apparently, you got to wait for the MGM lion to roar, and then that's when you play.
Yeah.
Allegedly, I don't know.
All right, Craig, let's look at the next one. So, guys, this is right here is the World's Guinness Book of World Records for the smallest apartment. It's behind the menu board at a Taco Bell. JD, what's the worst apartment you ever had?
Worst apartment. Probably the one I'm in right now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Levi, what was the smallest, most cramped, worst apartment you ever had to put up with as a younger man?
Never lived in an apartment. Me and my wife first got married. We did move into a very small house. It was pretty bad. So,
Like just cramped or run down or what?
well, okay. So I'll get into it a little bit. My wife's probably not listening, but it was on the way home from my mother-in-law.
Oh no!
So
all kinds of sudden visits and unexpected visits.
And, unexpected visits, and your honeymoons. You know, your newlyweds. So yeah,
Austin saying there's no way they would rent space inside, but then you go, hey, free tacos, and then you're like, would Taco Bell allow this? Yeah,
That would sell
they
me.
even wanted them to like work extra shifts and clean up around the place.
Absolutely. All right, Craig, let's look at the next one.
Okay.
All right, this is the world's smallest arcade game. JD, what do you think? You think you can get your name on the board with this one?
I don't think I could play it. I'm like old and blind. I couldn't play that thing.
Yeah, but you can bring it up close. Come on.
I don't think that I get my name on there. I might try.
Levi, did you do video games when you were younger?
I sure did. I am so old. I have done Pac-Man on a watch.
Nice. There you go.
Michael,
This one hurts just thinking about it, Jason.
Michael, what was your go-to game when you go to the actual arcade?
Oh, when I would go to the arcade.
So many.
Well, there's different eras, and the classic era was probably Burger Time, and then in the early '90s it was Street Fighter. As someone who is currently wearing a Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest T-shirt, I am an absolute sucker for retro gaming. So I would play that little thing, suffer through the torture of doing it, and convince myself that this was a worthy endeavor.
So I went through life savings of Fortunes and Quarters on like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the video game.
Yep.
G2, the video game with the Uzi machine gun. Narc.
yeah.
Everyone remembered Narc.
Yes.
Double Dragon, Altered Beast, Mortal Kombat 3, just quarter. Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a special night. Almost 2 years after he left me and Craig high and dry, Chris Faction has entered the chat. Bring that up, Craig. Bring that up.
No way. Is Chris here? Oh, man. Whoa, where's that?
Daddy has entered the chat.
Says, hi, man. Welcome back, Chris.
Good to see you, Chris. Hope all is
Yes.
well.
I'm going to drink to that. It's good to see you, Chris. Oh, you can't even see me. I'm behind this chat. Terrible. Okay, sorry. Or next slide.
Yep, next slide. All right, now Jaws. Jaws created a new world of the blockbuster movie. JD is Jaws? Do you agree with me? Jaws is almost a perfect movie.
Yes, I would definitely say that. I've heard some people talk about how it's not that good. No, you're high. This is as close to a perfect movie as you're going to get. It is just, yeah.
Oh, wait,
It's-
I'm gonna have to
yeah.
counter this. I think Jaws sucks. I think it's just one of the worst movies ever made. I don't have any action figures based on the movie.
So
You know,
I want to say a
Okay,
fun piece
okay.
of fact about Jaws is that Steven Spielberg looked at the prop shark they had, and he said, "Oh this thing looks like shit." And he says, "Okay, I'm gonna have to build a lot of this suspense and shark effects just through trickery, basically, right? Of people's expressions and shock. But you're filling in the gaps with your mind because I can't put this actual crappy looking shark into the film." So,
and I think it was also that the mechanical shark kept breaking down and they couldn't film it. So they had to do stuff like the two guys on the dock, and then the dock pulls out, with them, underneath them. And then the dock is like turning around, and that, just like you guys were saying, it's like you don't see it, but your mind is filling in the gaps. It's just awesome.
dude, I watch it every summer.
Craig, would you big screen Mike so we can show off his paraphernalia?
Okay, so yeah.
Oh yeah, this is Hooper when he's in the cage.
Okay.
Famous scene. Yeah,
Nice.
That's awesome,
dude. I love it so much.
That is so cool.
You know what I love about that is like when your like nephew comes over, he wants to play with it, but you won't let him play with it, right?
No.
But why does he have a figure of a movie he hates? I don't understand what's going on.
Levi, do you agree that Jaws is infinitely rewatchable?
I do, and I don't watch it. I do not. I have dark water phobia because of this movie. I've seen this movie at too young of an age, and it scared the crap out of me.
Chris is telling us that after 3 years, Jason, we're still tackling the real news
Absolutely.
stories.
We're covering the stuff that the mainstream media is scared to cover. All right, so Jaws is an example of setting a box office record. Let's look at a movie that set a record in the opposite direction. Next slide.
Okay.
This movie was so bad.
Oh my goodness!
I didn't even know they made it. JD, have you even heard of this?
I have not seen it, but I do remember when it was released. It was like the critics were like, "What is this? Like, this savage like freak show poking at some birth defect type child or something like that." That was the kind of mentality. And I do remember this thing.
So
Levi,
bad.
was this marketed? Go ahead.
Listen, I missed the opening weekend, and I begged and begged and begged to go see it the following weekend. I had to chase the movie theaters that were still playing it. We had to drive like 45 minutes out of town to find a theater that was playing it.
Craig, was it marketed as a kids movie or was it a horror movie?
Oh yeah, people are absolutely disgusted with it. Yeah, it just played opening night and it just it crash dive. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Levi, did this one give you nightmares?
No, it did not. No. In fact, I barely remembered. It was one of those things where like, oh my God, we got to watch this. And then we got too drunk and high and like, it was terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But Michael, have you experienced this movie?
I have. As a giant fan of the cards when they were coming out, I was so disappointed when I saw what this movie was going to be. And but the amazing thing, it makes Howard the Duck look like Citizen Kane, which is very impressive.
That's saying a lot.
That'd be a great tagline.
Yeah.
That'd be a great tagline.
So
Like a blurb
Austin's asking, do you have Garbage Pail?
It's a blurb.
Do you have Garbage Pail kids cards, Michael? Do you have any?
I do, yeah. It's funny. Austin's like younger than us. So I feel like when people see the campaign, they're like, what the hell is like Garbage Pail Kids? But Gen X, they know. Gen X knows.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And then
once again, reality is distorted because Vulcan Lives thought this was like AI or something like that.
Yeah. So Citizen Ronan is saying that Garbage Pail Kid looks like Rich Hall.
He does.
And then Vulcan was saying, I can't believe that's real. I thought this was Jason just pulling our leg. Didn't think
there's no fake news here. We do not do fake news on the Friday nights. Craig, next slide. All right, guys. comic book runs, milestone long comic book runs. You got Cerebus at 300 issues, Youngblood, which recently hit 100 issues.
Mhm.
And then I've never read Gold Diggers. It was something that was always on the periphery. I never read it. It hit 301 issues. Have any of you guys read Gold Diggers?
No, I didn't even
No.
hear it.
Mm-mm.
Never heard that title.
It was I think his name was Fred Perry, and he started like shortly, like in the early 90s. And it was one of those things where in the previews catalog, it was like there every month. I never saw a copy on the stands. I think it had a very devoted following. It was a bit more of like an early anime or manga style. And you know, he had a fan base. I mean, people love this. I've got no idea. I got no idea what it's about or what the attraction was, but kudos to him for hitting 301 issues.
So what's interesting about comic shops and the brick and mortar, they would even tell you that it's based on the clients coming into the store that actually determines what winds up in the rack. So if you have a client that comes in and says, hey, I want Gold Digger, they'll put a couple extra on the rack. And then if that sells and it sells through, just because the one client will keep picking up copies every week, they'll get 5 copies every week. And as long as it sells through, they have no reason not to. So that's the way the model used to work, is based on shelf demand, and what's clearing the shelves is what determines what gets put on the shelves and what sells. But as you know, those brick and mortar days of based on demand are long gone, right? But,
Yep. So let's look at the comic that really does have the record for longest run. Next slide. It goes to Spawn. It goes to Spawn. JD, do you read Spawn?
No, I don't. I'm adding 1,000. I keep. What's that?
Have you ever read at least one issue of Spawn?
I had somebody gave me like the first 10 to 12 issues. I read them all, and I'm afraid my opinion of them was pretty negative, including like the Cerberus Spawn issue, and yeah, I just wasn't impressed.
I think you probably got those in one of my quarter sales.
I think it was somebody that was like giving me their collection because they wanted to move on from comics, like a coworker or something like that. Yeah, sure, I'll take
time
them.
to put these childish things away.
Yes, put them behind me.
Great.
Well, anyways, yeah, Spawn. I did
put it behind me.
There you go.
Levi, did you read Spawn or like any issues of Spawn?
Love Spawn. Collected it for the first 100 issues. Have met Todd a couple different times. So went to there was Todd did the graduation ceremony for Eastern Washington University here in town.
Oh yeah, yes.
Todd's a graduate, and he did a private before the commencement speech. He wanted to do he writes nothing down. He wanted to just practice it. So the night before the speech, he at a hotel, he set up this very small group of people. You know, you buy tickets, and he'd come in and practice the commencement speech for graduation. And we got to go to that. And the very cool thing is, my most expensive comic book in my collection is the Eastern Washington red carpet exclusive Spawn issue. They printed up only 400 copies for that event. So
very cool.
Yeah, I've seen that thing going for thousands of dollars. It's kind of like we just got it for just showing up.
Nice.
So
that is sweet.
Yeah, I can't say I've met Todd McFarlane, but that's definitely on the list of things I'd like to shake his hand. What I was going to say was, I read issues 1 to 88, and I found out before even gender swaps was a big deal. I had a problem with gender swaps because I loved Night Strike. I loved Youngblood. I loved that Chapel had killed Spawn. Now, I didn't know all the stuff that Todd was going through with Tony Twist, the lawsuits with that, him getting sued by Neil Gaiman, and basically everyone kicked the knees out from under him, and he was scared Rob was going to do it to him too. So that's why he canceled Chapel and replaced him with. But you know what I mean? I loved Chapel and that dynamic between Al Simmons and Brian Stinson, Bruce Stinson's Chapel. But anyways, I absolutely loved Spawn. And then when they just in one issue, and I've got it here, you were just dreaming about Chapel. You don't even know who killed you. Jessica's the one who killed you. I fucking threw that magazine across the room and I walked away from Spawn. I was so angry.
Oh boy.
took Chapel out that way. So
that reminds me, I did appreciate. I always have appreciated the Image crossovers, and you know, when the Savage Dragon would show up somewhere and Invincible would show up in Savage Dragon, all that kind of stuff. I liked it because it never felt like homework. The way Marvel does interconnected universe, it feels like homework. It's a burden. Image, it was sort of like, hey, can I borrow your character for a cameo? Great. It just made it fun. It was fun, right? So kudos to Image for handling that shared.
If the cover had Spawn on
universe.
it, I bought it. Yeah, absolutely. If it didn't matter what character it was. If it was Cerebus, Spawn, grab it. If it was a crossover, 100%. Yeah, waiting for a Darkness Spawn crossover. You were just waiting for these heroes to run into each other. It was a fun time to collect comics.
Very good. All right, Craig, next slide.
Yeah.
All right. So guys, the world's record for planking. Do you guys remember when planking was a craze?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now I still do push-ups every morning. JD, if you had to plank, how long do you think you could plank?
4
seconds.
Yeah, there you go. I could beat that. I can beat 4 seconds.
Levi, how about you? If you had to plank, what do you think you could do?
30 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. It was 30 seconds.
Michael, you think you could beat 30 seconds?
Yes, because consistent with my being, like, and speaking of Garbage Pail Kids and Jaws and all these things, once I love something, the love remains. It never shifts. It never changes. It never expires. Like, I love it. So I'm aware of the planking trend when it was a thing. So I'm assuming that's when I started. My peak was like 25 minutes. But as an older gentleman,
legit.
Whoa,
you're gonna hurt yourself doing that.
But as an older gentleman today, I got from 4:45. Now I'm at 5 minutes.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
So
Craig,
Vulcan's pretty sure that dude's wasted. Yeah.
Craig,
Yes.
did they do planking in Canada?
Of course.
Is it
How do you think they would punish soldiers? Everyone get down. We're going to make you all suffer. But then as an instructor, you had to do it too. So you had to punish yourself while you're punishing them.
What's that? What?
If I'm going to make everyone do 50 push-ups, I'm going to go down and do 50 with them. So it's like, if I'm going to make everyone hold a plank, I'm going to go down and hold a plank too. I'm not just going to put them through, but it's like, watch the torture I can put myself through to put you through the same torture.
Are you sure about this?
Leading by example.
All right. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been handed this by our legal department. I have to apologize. This is not somebody planking. This is a guy on fentanyl.
Yeah, well, that's what Paul said.
That works too.
All right, Craig, what's topic number 3?
Crenshaw says he typically planks all night long, or at least until his bladder wakes him up.
Todd McFarlane doesn't have that problem. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Craig, let's move on to topic number 3 and wrap that one up quick so we can look at the camera.
Where are we at? We're at 107, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. So our third and final topic for this evening, and I gotta admit, Joey Chestnut is now a new hero of mine. I just want to throw that out there. I like this guy. Joey Chestnut to defend his hot dog eating title while on probation after pleading guilty to battery. I kind of relate to him. In his, so I don't know what his record is now, something like 79 or something like that, 79 hot dogs in one sitting. Jason, 79 hot dogs. Could you imagine putting that many away?
No.
not in a week.
No, that's insane. So I got an outro video of him and some protesters in the UK bumped into him. It's beautiful how he just strangles the guy and throws him to the ground. Get out of my way. It's so I think he's a true hero. He's a patriot, in my opinion.
JD, is this what the underappreciated hot dog eating contest industry needed? Was a bad boy like Joey Chestnut?
Yes, I think so. Especially if he's like going after like political violence or something like that, and ending political violence
while
by eating hot dogs. And yeah.
He beat a guy up while eating hot dogs.
You just don't get any better than that.
Levi, does this have all the makings of a future biopic?
Yes, absolutely. It's terrible. You should never get in trouble with the law if you're an expert at swallowing hot dogs. You just shouldn't.
Love it. Okay, Michael, do you have any condiments to put on this story?
Oh God, I love condiments and dips so much. To me, meats and chicken, whatever, that's just the vehicle for sauces and stuff to me. So hot dog, man, recently I had some fried onions and mustard, but I have to say the only thing I was disappointed in the story was that he didn't slap the guy with hot dogs.
Right. Well, he can't waste them. He's got to eat them.
That's true. That's true.
What if this guy is? What if the true story is this guy's just a tightwad who doesn't want to buy groceries? So his scheme is to travel the country, go entering hot dog eating contests. Maybe that's the long game.
Well, what's interesting is in 2019, Nathan's almost banned him from going because he used to be like their sponsored guy. And he went and got a sponsor from Impossible Foods, and they were going to like not let him come to the contest. Like, you're not stopping anyone else from coming to the fucking contest because they got sponsors. You can't stop me going because your butt hurt that I sign on with someone else. And then they finally relented and let him go. But this is again another example of how quickly cancel culture rears its ugly head. Right?
JD, I got a pitch for you. This is how we pay off the national debt. Hear me out.
All right.
It's like like the UFC, but it's a cage match with Joey Chestnut versus Jared from Subway.
Oh my God! Joey would wipe the ground. Are you kidding? Joey would hands down beat the living snot.
Yes,
that would be pay-per-view to the nth power, right?
So you're just paying to see Joey Chestnut beat the crap out of the Subway boy. Yeah,
it's the Ronda and Gina.
Jared,
I called it exactly, didn't I? I said exactly. It's going to be an 8-second armbar, right? No.
Craig was warning us like months in advance, weeks in advance. He in his mind's eye he could see with the armbar.
Right.
Okay, all right. Oh, Citizen Ronan wants to know if it would be a death match. I think it would have to be a death match. That if we're going to pay off the national debt with pay-per-view, it's going to have to be a death match.
Yeah.
All right, Craig, let's bring up the campaign.
Okay,
let's look at the campaign.
I did make a video. I apologize again. The audio is lousy. I'm going to have to spend some time adjusting my audio. We've got 34 watching. I am going to fix my audio. But here is sort of a, I took one of your trailers. I didn't realize you made a new trailer, and then I quickly spliced them together. So I apologize for it. But here it is, 34 watching, the trailer Frankenstein that I created for Galaxy Memorial Park.
It's a place to celebrate heroes that have passed. a place to remember great deeds and past battles, and the place where evil now waits to strike. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 2. Crowdfunding on FundMyComic.com.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
There you go. So I haven't even pulled the campaign up yet, Jason. So what did we baseline this at?
It baselined at 5.
Okay, so we haven't even looked at your campaign yet. Bam!
Nice.
Damn.
Oh, woo!
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. God
Here.
bless us all. Thank you. Woohoo.
Past the halfway mark.
Nice.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
there you go.
Nice.
And it's not in my funny money on FundMyComic. I specifically have my
No.
cleared to US dollars. I asked Luke, can you get rid of my funny money? And he said, yeah, I can do that.
Nice. Nice.
Thank you.
No, awesome. Thank you. Thank you to everybody that jumped in there. Thank you.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so before we kind of look, I just want to mention, I described this project as a love letter to comics, because reading like the first 10 pages when I was reading this, I'm like, oh, these guys get it. They get it. So there's turn of phrase, there's premises, there's the pacing. This is a fantastic comic where if you love comic books, you're going to love this comic book. And what's unique about it is that remember when you were younger and you'd bicycle to the Ben Franklin to 7-Eleven and you'd pick up issue 74 of something, right? And you just, it was your first time reading it. There was this cold plunge into this existing universe, existing story. You guys with what you're doing here, you bring that sense of wonder and fun. Furthermore, you're stepping into this universe with all these backstories and things but there's no burden. It doesn't feel like you're burdened by a bunch of old continuity. So you get this energy, you get this buzz, you get this excitement of reading comics. And then there's things you guys are doing. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's really well thought out arcs and things like that, characters, premises. So just at the top of it, I just want to say, this is one of my favorite projects that's out there right now. It's a thrill to have you guys on here. I love this book. So at that point, I'm going to hand it to you, JD. Give people, do the expanded elevator pitch for this book, just knowing that you've already won the show over. So take it away.
So like Levi was saying, Galaxy Memorial Park is Arlington Memorial Cemetery for superheroes. And all the stories take place within the park. Now, you have people in there. You got two different kinds of stories that are going on. You have people going there, superheroes, former superheroes, former colleagues. You got family and friends, and they're remembering past events. Like you get little tiny glimpses of apocalyptic crossover, Infinity Wars and things like that. This particular universe's version of that. And you're also getting not just little tiny slices of stories that have gone on. And one thing that both Levi and I intentionally did, the main artist, of course, is Levi, but we've brought in people like Dio Adelinus. He is coming up in volume 3. And we have a small section that was done by Marcelo Solazza, who worked on Mike Barron's Florida Man. And basically, people are remembering old events and they are being drawn by other artists. So it's like you're getting a glimpse of issue number 32 of this particular title, or 145 of that title. So you're getting the micro stories from different people's perspectives, but it's not just random stories. There's an arc going on throughout this entire thing. There is deep, dark secrets. There are bad people. So this park, as you can imagine, it's guarding the remains of powerful people as well as honorable world-saving people, and there's bad guys that are going to try to hurt people that are coming to remember, or they're going to try to steal the remains of really powerful beings. Well, the park is well guarded, but evil has managed to get its way in. The Volume 1, you get an introduction, you get to see some of the characters, you get to see some action. This is what's going on. Volume 2, which is going on right now on FundMyComic, that is, you're seeing more of the world, you're seeing more of people's backstories, and you're seeing the bad stuff that's going on, because there's bad beings with some really big plans, with some big chaos that they're going to try to stir up. That's Volume 2. And the campaign, you can get Volume 2, but you can also you can get both digital and physical copies of both Volume 1 and Volume 2 if you need to catch up. Levi, can you kind of explain the tier where we offer one of those messed up Volume 1s?
Yeah, the SketchUp tier, it's the $50 one right there, and so you get you get 2 physical copies. You get the Volume 1 misprint and then the new Volume 2. And on the Volume 1 misprint, you get a sketch in the back of it from me, and you can you can request a character, but if there's no request, I will go ahead and sketch in a Galaxy Memorial character into the back of the book.
Nice.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
And there's only 10 of them. There's only 10 of them, and and somebody's already grabbed one.
Yeah. And going back to what Jason was saying earlier about like not being burdened and weighed down with all this extra continuity.
Yeah,
we did that on purpose. We wanted the mature or the experienced reader to kind of like throw in their own. We'll give you a glimpse of something, and we wanted you to like just fill in the blanks. You know, just you take that and maybe take it onto something like, well, maybe this happened in that situation, or I could see something like this happening in that situation.
I think the hardest part for all of us writers is character introduction. It hands down is like, where do you go, right? Like you all have we've assembled this whole team of people for this special mission, right? in this room. I had the same problem with Soul Tack, was trying to write the story I wanted to tell, but also trying to introduce the story and who they are and their backstory and where they all come. It's just so much to dump on the reader while still trying to make the story interesting. And it's not a very easy thing to accomplish.
So that's why we just allowed the readers to go ahead and just kind of fill in the blanks on their own, you know, and if it's something that if it was a character that they really enjoyed and they're like, hey, with this, you mentioned this here, did this and this happen? We'd be like, well, it could have, or you could write it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So there is jump on points for other creators to jump on as well and do something with the character or in the park, or like in the Volume 3 coming up next year, we have we're going to have a tier where you can add your character to the memorial inside the park. So basically you're buying a cemetery plot for your character.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
To piggyback off that, the writing process, I saw in the beginning of the book, of course, that it's a story by the both of you, but JD wrote it, and it made me this week or last week, whatever it was, Spielberg put out his new flick. It's his story, but the screenplay was written by, I can't remember the name, David something. As someone who just like writes their own stuff, like I've always been fascinated by that. Like, so with Levi, like what, given that you it's part of your story, did you go to JD knowing that he would bring something else to it, whether it's like dialogue writing or?
So the grandpa story is actually a true story. I lost my daughter at the park. at a birthday situation. So that entire so it was one of those like write what you know and stuff like that, or write what you've experienced. That actually happened to me. We were at a family function, and my daughter was 4 years old, and she wandered off with some cousins and ended up a half mile away from her. So just that experience of like, oh man, crap, I've lost my daughter in the park. That's the main. Yeah. So it was basically there's when me and JD get together and we write things, it's such a collaboration where we come in and I'm laying down like here's a beat, I think it is, and then JD will come in and just fill in all the gaps.
Right.
That's awesome.
It's a combination of the standard, script gets written out, and also the Marvel style where the artist draws stuff and then the writer fills in the blanks. Yeah. So it's kind of like some pages are one way, some pages are another. It can kind of be a difficult thing, say for like our letterer. Our letterer is Keith Gleason of Mighty Mascots, and every now and then it's like, okay, so what's this? What's this? Because Levi and I we're so used to each other's ways of working. Every now and then somebody will come in from the outside and, oh, okay, I think I'm getting it. And so we kind of have to like guide them along a little bit.
It'll be small things like there's a page I'm working on right now where I've moved the final panel on the previous page to the first panel of the next page, just simply for better pacing or more of a expressive shot.
Yes.
Nice. I love that.
So like here's a perfect example right here in the script right here where JD wanted the camera to be panning down on the inside of the park, and the way I'd set up the previous scene with the big fountain down below there, I was like, well, what if we went outside of the park and went down the wall outside of the park and came in to that monument through a water system? So it's just constantly like playing off of each other, like it's not set in.
Yes. So one thing I remember, this is going to seem like totally like, why are you talking about this for? But so I remember hearing the makers of, say, like Airplane and The Naked Gun. It was like Abrams, Zucker, or Zaz. They said, they were asked, so how do you keep from like getting at each other's throats and, fighting all the time? Well, this is my idea. I don't want to do your idea. And they said, there can't be ego. There can't be ego. Yeah. And that's kind of like what, Levi and I have going on. It's like, my way of thinking is, and, we kind of started out the show talking about, or it might have been before the show, I don't know, but we were talking about leadership. And leaders, if they try to like do things in a certain way, it just doesn't work. And the phrase that came to my mind was servant leadership. If you're a leader, you should want to serve the people that you're leading. You're trying to help them. You're not trying to do it.
You inspire the best out of them. You don't want to micromanage them.
Exactly.
Yes. So I'm
inspiring.
So I've hired my artist, me and Gonzalo, and I try to bring the best out of him, right? Bottom line is whatever I give him, what he gives me back is always better than what I expected, right?
Yes.
And it may not be what I would have drawn, but you know what? If I'm not going to draw it myself, it's not my job to critique someone who's got a skill far better than mine. So at the end of the day, he did something that's far better than what I could have done, and it met all the key points that needed to be met. Even though I'm paying for it, if I'm going to get in there and micromanage, can you change this? Can you change this? That's what drives artists nuts. That's when, I'm walking away from this project. There's no fun to be had from this. I put in 8 hours, and your little change there is going to cost another 4 hours just because you want it to look the way you want it to look. You know what I mean? Some people can be hard to work with. And if you want to inspire a team of people to work with you, you have to collaborate. You can't be that way. Yeah.
We did that specifically when it comes to hiring outside talent. We basically tell them, pretend this is a comic book universe and it's been around for 50 years. And you're the artist that came in on issue 125, and you had the gig from 125 to 175. And like every artist that comes onto a book, you put your own little twist on it. And we fully expect it not to be exactly what we're giving you. We want your own little, put seams on the costume, put a button here on the costume,
Yeah.
here, as long as you're having fun and you want to do it.
Yes. Yep.
Beautiful.
And the temptation would be, well, no, that's not what that's not what that was done last time. And it's like, it doesn't matter. It's the spirit. As long as the spirit is there, that's fine.
Yep.
Exactly. But these beautiful,
'cause
beautiful
we're
pages.
trying to tell a story of characters that have gone through the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s,
Yes.
and they all come with different little trendy things at the time. And your character's going to have long hair in the 90s because of grunge or something like that. So
Yeah.
kind of like, if that's what you want to do, and it's kind of like we only really want to work with people who want to collaborate. So it's like we don't really want somebody that's just going to completely like toe the line and follow it line for line and not come in with anything fresh or new or add anything to it.
Yeah. There's got to be some level of love there. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm just see. I'm still cognizant enough. I can still catch the chat from time to time. There, here. Tank saying, "Oh, now Craig is encouraging the disgusting display."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
How dare we collaborate and have fun?
Yeah. Yeah, where's the drama? How are we gonna get eyes on us if we don't have drama?
Yeah.
Right.
So our campaign's real. It's not streamlined, but it's real simple. We have the regular digital tier up top for $5. We got the digital catch-up tier for $9.
Yep.
So
We got the regular tier for $20. Regular catch-up tier for.
can I just jump in with a quick pitch? So we've got 36 watching in the chat. I don't know if you read digital comics, but for $5, how many pages did they get? For that? For $5?
72.
Yeah, 72 pages. It's a PDF. You got the cover, you got back cover, you got interior pages, the whole schmear.
Yeah.
$9, you got both books.
Yes.
For $9, you're getting 144 pages.
That's crazy.
You don't get the paper smell, but you get the story. You get the art.
So people remember back in the old days with the Legion of Superheroes, when somebody would croak like Pharaoh Lad, they'd have a little statue, right?
Yep.
And so which is a wonderful little Silver Age trope, right? The Hall of Fallen Heroes and so forth. But these guys have taken that and they said, okay, that would really happen in a world of superheroes. When one of them fell defending us, yes, we would have a statue of them and a memorial. And they said, okay, let's use that as the focal point to tell those stories, and then weave people in and out. And similar to Astro City, you've got that bird, that man on the street, bird's eye view of these heroes up in the sky. This is a unique project with a fresh take, a fresh angle. And people should absolutely check it out, whether it be the digital tier or whether it be the catch-up tier or picking up the trade. This is a project that I think is sorely needed. It's sorely needed, and it's a fresh take, and it's well done. So highest recommendations. Please take a look.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
So, do I hit the refresh? Does anyone know? Does that number change? Do you want me to?
I think
You
it
can do a
did.
refresh.
Oh, yeah.
So do I have time to maybe just kind of jump in with something, one particular aspect of this? So I was just,
Nice.
oh my gosh,
man.
thank you. Thank you, people. Thank
Did
you.
have all-
You
have
are
all time
going
in
to
the
be
world.
glad you did this.
No, this is your time, JD. So absolutely, whatever.
Yeah.
whatever
So I was just listening to, I don't know if you're familiar, there's a guy by the name of Andrew Clavin. And he's sort of like he's a writer. He does movie reviews. He used to write movies like True Crime with Clint Eastwood and all that. And he was talking about like culture and things like that. And he kind of mentioned about superheroes, about superhero movies. And it kind of talked about how superheroes and superhero stories, superhero movies, that it kind of infantilizes some audiences. And I can see why somebody would think that, because, you know, he was talking about, well, superheroes are, they're immortal, they don't die, they, you know, they don't stoop and make little superheroes and stuff like that. I mean, that was his perspective. One of the things about Galaxy Memorial Park is, especially in Volume 2, you start to see things like superheroes begin to show their age. Like we have one, his name is Pop Riveter. He is the top robotics and AI guy, but yet his brain, he's starting to forget stuff. He's starting to zone out. And it's like, this is the effects of age. And that's not something that you would typically get, because you want Batman and Superman, you want Spider-Man to be young and on top of their game. And that's not a criticism. I mean, you kind of have to do it that way if you're going to do it month after month after month after month. Now, I'm not a huge fan of like Watchmen. I'm sorry, Jason and Craig, it seems like, I don't like that. I didn't like that. It seems like I'm kind of complaining about stuff. But, you know, Alan Moore tried to do something with Watchmen, but it just did not resonate. But I tried to do something. Levi and we were trying to do something with this where you could see, you know, heroes aging. You got death, you have birth, you have just all sorts of stuff. And it's not just like Watchmen where you have mention of sex, sexual assault and stuff like that. Hopefully I'm not going to give you guys strikes saying those words, but no, anyway. No,
you don't pull out a pistol while we're on a stream like Chris did.
I'm good. I think we're good. I think we're good there. Anyway, but it's like,
don't worry, we didn't get struck either. So
okay, good. We're not just trying to shock here. We're not just trying to see, we're not infantile or anything like that. We're trying to show actual human drama with larger than life heroes. So you get larger than life imaginative situations as well as human stuff. The grandpa and his sons. We had a reader that was like, yeah, I got into that immediately because I'm a grandparent and I got grandsons just like this grandpa. So that's the thing that I think is most valuable to what Levi and I are doing here. You get interest, you get humanity, you get things that will resonate with you, and you'll also get your brain expanded with imagination, with adventure and action and other planets and other worlds and magic and science fiction and all of the multi-genre stuff that I love about comics. Yes.
And JD, the robotics guy, it was Pops. What was his name again?
Pop Riveter. Pop Riveter is the guy's name. Yeah.
Question: would he forget the term for Clint Howard's drink on Star Trek? Would he remember that, or would he forget?
You know, actually, when he's on his game, he would remember stuff like that. But every now and then, he just kind of zones out. So he doesn't even know what the heck Tranya is. So
going back to the whole collaborative thing right there. In volume 2 there, this is where once again, you know, we've come up with beats. Jay's written out the script, and once we've gotten the script, I'm getting into it, and all of a sudden I decide to add 15 pages right into the middle of it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because Pops Rivet zones out, and I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity for Pops to go into a flashback scene, and then that's exactly where we went. So for 15 pages, I created a flashback scene for Pops.
Nice.
So in this,
I just wanted
this.
one
Oh yeah,
comment.
yeah. Go ahead, Craig.
Hank Curtis says he'll be caught up on Galaxy Memorial Park. He just needs to fix this roof. So I'm just gonna say, so we're gonna count ourselves for 12 backers because Tank says he's gonna.
Okay. All right. Woo.
Right. I just want to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Zach,
Tank,
I just want to address
your family
If I
first.
could quickly address the black and white American flag. Like the aforementioned hatred of Jaws, I also hate black and white American flags. I don't have any T-shirts that are of black and white American flags. Yeah. I hate them so much. I hate America.
I hate that.
I hate the U.S. I hate everything. No, I love
Austin was
America.
saying Zach making it all about sex.
Didn't
You can say about
wasn't
Watchmen.
Zack Snyder that directed the Watchmen movie?
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
Beautiful looking movie. It's once again, it's Watchmen, and it's kind of like,
Yeah.
I enjoyed Watchmen, but not to the point where it's the end all be all of all comic books.
Mhm.
Do either of you guys think so? One of the things that I think is kind of cool is I think Alan Moore realized what he did with he did Watchmen, but he was by no means expecting everything to become like Watchmen. So he tried to balance the karmic scales with like Tom Strong. I love Tom Strong, and I love Watchmen. Do you guys think he was trying to compensate when he was doing those ABC books?
Absolutely, yes. So League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and Tom Strong. If you were asking me like what would be the ones you would pick, those would be the ones. Those are the ones I enjoyed the most. And Tom Strong would be the top of that list. It just felt like good old-fashioned comic books Silver Age comic books that I would have read as a kid.
Mhm.
All right. So we are in the definitely the wrapping up stage. Like we always say 90 minutes.
Okay,
But that's
very
all.
good.
That's all, you guys. We're at the 1 hour 41 minutes. So just in the final closing, I don't know if we want to do a round table, Jason. Give everyone an opportunity if they have anything they want to close on. Starting with yourself.
So I'm still working on Jupiter issue 2. I expect in the next month or so I'll know my launch date. Something is going on with people getting suspended off of Indiegogo. It must be the FBI or whatever. I was at 170 signups. Now I'm at 168. So this is like the third. Yeah. So people are either word's either getting around about what kind of a jerk I am, or the people are getting caught up in this FBI dragnet, and they're going off to the big house, and they're losing the Indiegogo account. So regardless, please go sign up for Jupiter issue 2 to be notified when the campaign launches.
Mhm. Yeah.
And thank you for those that have signed up. And then if you know anybody, or you know anybody who knows anybody, please ask them to sign up for Jupiter issue 2 so I can get as many signups as possible before the launch.
We'll win you over to launching on FundMyComic, and you'll see you direct most of your own traffic anyways. It doesn't matter what site you use. All right. Austin saying the League's movie got shafted too. I think you guys convinced Austin because now Austin says Austin's back. So
hit refresh.
Oh, thank you.
Hit refresh.
Thank you, sir.
More than happy to do it. Let's do it. Boom.
Nice.
There you go.
Thank you, Austin.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Like I said, you're going to love this when you get it.
Thank you very much, Austin.
Mm-hmm. Let me also quickly say it's nearly the artwork and the lettering is all finished. So as soon as this thing completes, you're going to be getting your copy.
Right.
You're not going to sit around twiddling your thumbs.
We're almost done with volume 3.
Yeah, the artwork for that's nearly done. Mm-hmm.
Tank for saying FundMyComic, fuck the world. Yes, absolutely. I love FundMyComic.
I think it's for the win.
Oh,
Yes.
is that what?
Yes.
I thought Craig.
ladies and gentlemen, Craig. So remember, Craig is our resident Hunter S. Thompson. He's currently on 3 different intoxicants. It's a miracle he could even pronounce FMC. But that will be. So you know how they say there's always a Rorschach test. If you show me FTW, in my mind, Rorschach test is for the win. Craig, on the other hand, FTW is fucking world. That tells you everything you need to know about how that guy's noodle is wired.
It's true. I ain't denying it. I just want to say again to JD, Levi, do you have any shows you're coming on or social media? Anything you want to plug last minute, like your YouTube channel or anything? So I can do that now.
So we post on and I'm pretty certain that we need to expand this a bit, but we post on X, we post on Instagram, we post on YouTube. We do that every single day except for Sundays. And if you go back through, this is like almost 2 years worth of posts. I'm the poster, so I will write tiny little stories and things like that, or little tiny facts about the world of Galaxy Memorial Park. And if you sign up for our newsletter, anytime you see any of our posts, you will see where to go to sign up for our newsletter, as well as the link to the FundMyComic. But if you subscribe to our newsletter, I do a small fiction piece with every single newsletter about characters of Galaxy Memorial Park. And it's like all throughout the ages. It's not just modern. It's from the 1800s all the way, and there's just all of these different characters you can work with and enjoy. So, Galaxy Memorial Park on X, Instagram, and YouTube.
Okay. I think I'm working on pulling it up now. I was going to say, too, I followed you on Twitter. It's up to you if you want to give me a follow back, JD.
I will do that. That's awesome.
Hold on. I'm going to see if I can share this. Did that come up? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's your website there.
That is our website. And there's links to our social media down there at the very bottom.
Okay, I'm going to go into StreamYard comments for everybody. See, Jason used to do all this for me, and then I could get even more inebriated, but I there you go. So here's the link to your website. I threw that in the chat for the 40 that are watching. You. So please head on over there, as you were saying, and then as you were just saying, they can get over here, and then all those questions can be answered.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Does anyone else have anything else in closing? We're now at a 1 hour and 45-minute mark. Again,
I should plug some stuff. I am, unlike G and Levi, I am terrible at plugging my stuff and keeping people updated. But yes. But so let me start with the smaller things. I have a poll right now on Twitter about who is the sexiest of my characters. I did it about a year and a half ago, and my main character Zoe won, which I was pleasantly surprised. She's kind of nerdy or whatever. But right now, the girl in the promo for the Friday nights, Mika Margarita, is winning by a huge margin. So if you don't like Mika or you like one of the other girls, go vote for another one. But more importantly, next Friday, on the Friday nights, I'm going to reveal my cover, my new cover. It's a retro gaming related cover. So tune into that. Yeah, so here, there's the lovely Mika Margarita. She is winning by last time I checked.
Okay.
Yeah. See Memorial Park. Woo! It's Friday! And you know what that means. It's time for the Friday Night Show! Tonight's guest is Levi Skeen with Galaxy Memorial Park Volume 2! So grab your Cool Ranch Doritos and come party with the Knights!
By the way, I've seen Poison twice in concert.
Yeah. Wait, that is
cool.
Yeah,
that is all right.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, hell yeah. I know it's like, it's shameful for a lot of folks to admit they love Poison, but I love Poison. I don't care.
Yeah.
Good time.
No, don't care.
Good time.
Enjoy.
What's that?
Yeah.
Is there a poll on
the Unskinny Bop tour? And then I seen him on a at the Gorge when it had like 12 bands, and it was all all great hair metal bands from the 80s and
Like
90s.
Rat
You know,
and
Joaquin,
White
Maybe like-
Snake and
Cinderella, Slaughter. You know,
Dude, I love it so much, man.
Dokken.
Hell yeah.
yes.
Dude, I was just listening to Doke. I was listening to their track from
Oh, yeah?
Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors.
Yes.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
while I'm doing the promo.
Don't want to dream no more. Yes.
My favorite Dokken album is Beast from the East. Get that one.
Oh, I
Mhm.
love that.
I actually saw Dokken live maybe about like 5-10 years ago when they came with Alice Cooper to a venue near me.
Wow.
Man, that was pretty awesome. I've seen Alice live twice. If I can catch him one more time, that would be, oh man.
Hell yeah.
Alice Cooper's my favorite.
Yes.
Dude, that's awesome. He's
We're
still
losing too
Mhm.
many of the good ones. Now Keith Richards
Yes.
is sick in the hospital. We lost Ozzy.
really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I seen
Yeah.
Stones, Steel Wheels tour '89. Yeah, up in Vancouver.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, 30th row on the floor. I felt the explosion on Start Me Up when they opened up the concert. 30
Oh
rows
yeah.
back, put the heat on my face. It was awesome.
I saw them at Stars Fest, and then Justin Timberlake came out, and I was one of the ones pelting him with water bottles, throwing them at Justin Timberlake. So what the fuck are you doing at this rock concert? And sorry, I can't even. My mind's a blur. Who's the lead singer for Love of God, Rolling Stones? Please help me.
Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger.
Jagger,
Thank
yeah.
you. No, was it Mick or Keith? It was Keith Richards, I think, that came out on stage and he started waving his finger at us all. You knock it off. You knock it off. I said, okay,
You knock
Keith,
it
man.
off.
That's okay, Keith. We're gonna start showing water. Sorry, and then Mick came out and he started singing "Cry Me a River" with Justin. Sorry, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's a little bit of a
Wow.
blur. I was a little drunk.
Oh,
then.
well.
I saw them in '94, so a little before that, but yeah, it was great.
Mhm.
Hold on. So, some last minute comments here. Hold on, Jared's still kicking around. Unskinny bop bop, isn't it? Comic nerd bingo.
Yeah.
He's saying Keith's only 150 years old, too soon. And then Austin's saying something about my campaign has another 2 weeks. Oh, okay, we got to talk. I didn't know you have a campaign. Hold on. Yeah. Definitely got to check that out.
It's hard
Okay.
to keep tracks.
What?
Yeah.
Crenshaw.
Crunshaw's his whole.
What?
I think it's bait. I think he's trolling us. I've never listened to Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. I've never listened to the Rolling Stones. I think this is all just because I know that where he works, they listen to classic rock. He's just trying to get engagement. There's no way.
Maybe
There's
I'll
no
give
way.
some of that music. Yeah, because I saw him. Maybe I was like, what are you talking about? So he did pull me off the show a little bit, trying to read what was going on in the chat. So, yeah. Just the little
I wanna
dangle
go
a little
back on
fish
his
from
show.
Crenshaw. Yeah.
Just
I
to
just can't imagine
support
how
the
could
whole-
you go through the latter half of the 20th century and into the 21st without stumbling across the Rolling Stones. I mean, I don't know.
Even
The Rolling who?
Okay,
even in North Korea, they know who the Rolling Stones are.
Crenshaw.
Yes.
Required listening tomorrow. Rolling Stones, Ruby Tuesday.
There you go.
Okay.
Street Fighting Man.
Yes. Yep. That's a good
Well,
one.
Jason, you know what their favorite song in North Korea is? Under
Tell
My
me.
Thumb.
What?
Under My Thumb.
What is it?
That's right.
That's what they resonate with in North Korea.
That's right. That's right.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh, we had a high point of 42 watching, and thank you so much, JD. Thank you so much, Levi, for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thanks,
having
guys.
us on.
The 42 watching, thank you so much for being here every Friday. As long as you keep tuning in for crazy antics and joining us, we'll keep doing the show until Jason and Michael tell me they've had enough of me.
Everybody that backed, thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're gonna
And,
love.
I'll be posting
You're gonna
about
love
it
it.
tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
You best
And-
believe.
Oh, Matt's in the
I'll be
chat.
back.
Oh,
That's all right.
Last minute, Matt.
I was
That-
just on my.
Matt Barr.
What's my? I'll be 43.
You're just a young guy.
I'm turning 50 this year. Yeah, I'm not even sure what I'm going to do for this year.
You're just a young guy. Come on.
I'm turning Japanese this year.
But I thought I was going to die in my 20s. I thought hunting down terrorists and stuff overseas was going to do me in, and then I came back alive, and then I had a kid. Like, oh, I guess I got to be a responsible father. So,
Funny how that
Jason-
changes people.
Yeah.
yes.
Jason, does everybody avoid you like a Cyclone Ranger?
That's right. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, everybody, stick around. Craig always has a
Yep.
fantastic outro. I've got no idea what he never disappoints, but he always surprises.
Right.
Have
I'm
a
still
great
working on
weekend,
the
everybody.
audio. Don't lose
Yes,
hope.
yeah.
I will get it nice and clean someday.
We're about to start our 4th year of the show. Craig
Yeah.
almost has the audio figured out.
Congratulations.
Right. Thank you. All right. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody. Thank you.
3, 2, 1. We did it! Palm Springs, you have broken the world record! 1,037 Maryland's packed this area in Palm Springs and broke the world record!
On your humble flat, or help you at the automat. Men grow cold as girls grow old, and we all lose our charms in the end.
Miss Monroe, I don't believe we've met properly. Jack Kennedy.
Marilyn, I think we just fixed that, Mr. Kennedy.
You did, and in the best way possible.
I'll drink to that.
Each one is wet. Each one is wet. Here is the solid shape. 6 flat surfaces. Each surface is the shape of a square. It's a 3-dimensional shape. Rosy light spray with some lux. Scare a friend with a deck of box. Ice cube and Minecraft blocks. These shapes are kinds of cubes. A cube can slide and stack up high. A cube is a curve so it cannot roll. It's a cube. 6 surfaces. Each one is flat. Each one is flat.
If this holds for Joey Chestnut, this park is shouting Joey. And Jeffrey Bezos, I'm only going to ask once. Bring Joey to the moon with you, man. He's earned it. Chestnut is a true American treasure. Under 30 seconds remaining, 72 hot dogs and buns unofficially. He is eyeing his own record. Look at that crowd.
Some men just want to watch the world burn. He doesn't like you. Sorry. I don't like you either. You just watch yourself. We want it in. I have the death sentence on 12 systems. I'll be careful. You'll be dead.
Hey, your eyes.
It's for our vacation. I got them dilated. Now I won't miss a thing when I'm searching for travel deals.
Just use Kayak. It compares hundreds of travel sites in seconds to find the best deals. What?
Above your lips, that hair. And the line. Anyway, Kayak, huh?
Compare hundreds of travel sites at once. Kayak. Search one and done.
One of the best ways to drain people's energy nowadays is via the internet. This woman is a astrophysicist. Actually, this is not how space works. Read a book. These are all different accounts that I have set up. The energy you get this way isn't quite as pure, but if you do enough of it, it'll fill you up. Shanghai sucked. Where was the Chinatown? It's surprisingly simple to get total strangers completely furious with you. Did she get a life? When they call you a dumbass, you know you've got them. They called me a dumbass.
Your Mac friend, Brent Rambo.
You can't talk shit to me unless you got a publishing check, ever. There's no shit you could talk to me. What could you say to me? You wouldn't say none of that shit to my face. You know I don't play that. You know I don't play that shit. Contrary to any other rapper that's on Twitter, I don't play that shit. So, you know what? And at the end of the day, I'm walking in peace, man. You know, like I've done the reply. I've done the, yo, I'ma see this dude, and you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, if somebody say something to me, like you did this, or you did this on TV, or you did this, you know what else I'm gonna do?
Strike and 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 strike.
Get out of here, monkey! Get out of here, monkey!